Sinking legs is one of the most common swimming problems and, unfortunately, one of the trickiest to fix. So if you find yourself dragging your feet along the bottom of the pool, well, we're here to help. We'll be explaining what causes sinking legs and how to fix them.
When swimming, you want to be as streamlined as possible. Any part of your body that faces the water as you're moving forwards creates drag. Therefore, you want to try to get the rest of your body to sit behind your head and your shoulders as they take the forefront of that. So if you think about it, if your legs are sinking, they're going to be dropping outside of that zone and therefore causing more resistance and, as a result, using more energy for you to actually move forwards through the water.
Yeah, and there's a number of possible causes for sinking legs, including poor head position, poor rotation, ineffective kick, and even issues with the stroke itself. Now, some people out there are going to argue that it's actually down to their body composition. Now, there is some merit in that. If you've got low body fat percentage on your legs, for instance, yes, they aren't going to be quite as buoyant. Some may even argue that they've got very muscular legs and they're very heavy. However, everyone can get a good body position and get their legs off the floor of the pool. So today we're going to be running through some of those possible causes, issues, and how to fix them.
Now, before we crack on to those, just a quick reminder to click on the globe and the bell icon so you get notified every time we have a GTN video. And whilst you're there, why not hit the like button? Problem number one, poor balance. Think about your body as a seesaw. So if one end goes up, the other end's quite likely to go down. And this is very true in swimming. When you lift your head, your legs tend to sink. If you lower your head in the water, it's going to help bring your legs back up. So for a reference point of getting your head in that right position, think of looking 1 to 2 meters ahead of you on the bottom of the pool. So around a 45-degree angle, or another reference point is having the water roughly at your hairline. And when it comes to breathing, this is another point when it can go wrong. So you might have that position nailed, yet if you turn your head to breathe, it's quite common to naturally lift it at the same time. So you want to focus on purely just turning your head to the side to get the air in, whilst keeping your head still at that level and therefore your body level as well. And if you're having trouble keeping your head low when breathing, well, you could have this next problem.
Number two, poor rotation. Yeah, when swimming front crawl, you should always be rotating, rolling from left to right and never remaining flat in the water. And actually, by rotating, it will make breathing easier for you because as you rotate, you should move your head in sync with your body and therefore presenting your head and your mouth to the air. You may just need a small additional movement of the head or the chin just to get that breath of air. And by keeping your head low in the water, you're then keeping your legs high. That seesaw effect we talked about just before. Now, a good way of practicing this rotation is with the drill called 3 swim 6 kick. It's as the name suggests, 3 freestyle strokes, swim, and then rotating onto our side for 6 kicks. And you can progress that to 1 swim 6 kicks, so just 1 freestyle stroke into 6 kicks. And this is a really good way of practicing that rotation as you roll onto your side and then 3 really good quality strokes with good rotation.
Problem number 3, ineffective kick. Now, when it comes to freestyle kick, part of it is going to help with propulsion, but a lot of it is to do with the balance of your stroke and helping keep your legs near the surface. If you think every downward push of the kick against the water is actually going to help lift your legs due to that equilibrium, and the power needs to come from your glutes and your thighs, and then your knee should be nice and relaxed, followed by your ankle, and that's where the final propulsion area comes from. To work on your kick, you can isolate it by using purely a kickboard and even popping on fins, as this will help to emphasize the motion that's coming from your ankle and really help with that lift. But don't become reliant on fins. And obviously, for effective kick, with that final part, you do need fairly flexible ankles, but this can't be worked on the pool solely, so do feel free to have a bit of a work on the mobility outside of the pool as well.
And number 4, poor catch. Yeah, another reason why you might be struggling with sinking legs is due to an ineffective or poor catch. Now, essentially, the catch is the point when your hand first enters the water, and the action should be applying pressure down on the water so the hand moves down and the elbow comes up, which is where the term high elbow comes from. You might want to think about this like you're putting your arm around a barrel. Now, this comes back to that seesaw analogy we were discussing earlier. So for this, you might want to imagine a pivot around your hips or your core area. As you apply pressure down on the water at the front of the stroke, that helps to bring your legs up. And that's another reason why you want to get that catch as quickly as you possibly can, as soon as the hand enters the water. And the way in which you can help with that is by doing skull drills. Now, you can obviously check out the videos on our GTN channel for explanations of how to do the front skull in particular, but essentially that's going to get you used to and confident in catching and applying pressure at the front of the stroke. And in turn, you'll get that good catch, will then progress straight into a strong pull.
Problem number 5, weak core. If you've addressed all of the other points that we've covered and you're still struggling with sinking legs, then it could be due to the fact that your core is not quite working effectively, because you need to have a strong core in order to be able to rotate, to catch and to breathe properly. And if you think to keep in that streamlined position, you need to actually be able to hold your body there. So whilst you're swimming, try to think of actually putting your tummy button in and engaging that core. And yes, you can do some work through the stroke, but you can also work on your core outside of the pool. Either doing full plank or moving it on to side plank will all help with your swimming.
And number 6, you're too reliant on training aids. Yep, some training aids will help and aid your body position. Things like wetsuits, neoprene buoyancy shorts, and even the good old pool boy. And yeah, because of that, it makes sense to use them. It gets you used to how that correct body position should feel and hopefully get you performing in that body position. However, they are only training aids. You can't use a pool buoy on race day, and some races won't be wetsuit legal. So if you suddenly find yourself in that position without your trusted pool buoy or your wetsuit, you might find your legs sinking and yourself in trouble. So try to ration the use of your training aids and do a majority of your swimming without them.
And finally, problem number 7, poor sighting. Now, in any triathlon race, you're going to have to sight, and that involves lifting your head up. But like we talked about earlier, you've got the seesaw effect. So when you lift your head up, it's going to encourage your legs to drop down. So this requires some really good timing and making sure you've got enough strength. So you need a good leg kick, but most importantly, you need to time it so that you're actually having a down pull of your arm stroke that'll help keep your body up. Plus, make sure you don't lift your head too high. Your mouth doesn't need to come out of the water. All you need to do is be able to see the point you're looking at. You can practice this in the pool, but we do have a video dedicated purely to sighting, so we'd suggest going and checking that one out. Well, hopefully, with all those points we've covered, we've managed to find the issue that you have with your sinking legs. And there might have been a few, but work on them, and hopefully you'll be swimming in a streamlined, nice horizontal position in no time. Well, happy swimming. And remember, hit the like button if you've enjoyed it.